Thanks to the support as a channel member, Grant Charman. Pretty simple plan for today's transfer special, folks. Project Galactico continues here at Leicester as we look to put the finishing touches to the team that can go, I was going to say one better, but we got knocked out in the semi-finals. We need to go two better and win the Champions League in this final season of the save. Let's play Shopping for Galacticos. Hello and welcome to part 33 of my FM21 Save with Leicester. I'm Kev, and coming up on today's episode we have our season review and transfer special. As you can see, that's where we are kicking things off with the new fancy season review stuff, which, as you can see, is a season review for another successful season. A Premier League trophy, an FA Cup and a Community Shield to add to last year's Premier League trophy, FA Cup and European Super Cup, and the season before's Europa League. We win trophies here at Leicester. Inexplicably, I'm still only on the favoured personnel list, whilst Claudio Ranieri's a legend. I'm never going to let it drop. Look at my trophy cabinet. Look at his trophy cabinet. Man got sacked, for goodness sake. Didn't he? I think he did. So, our season review. New arrivals. There wasn't a huge number of players, but goodness me, did they come with some reputations. Neymar came in on a 3 transfer, still only 31 years old, so that hopefully still going to be as good as he was next season. He was averaging a 7.38 before he broke his leg, 18 goal contributions from 31 appearances. He was a very good signing. If Neymar hadn't have broken his leg, we'd have won the Champions League this year. Of that, I am certain. Romagnoli also another very good signing. 28 years old, so still plenty of life left in him. A 7.23 has been a rock at the back for us. Club record signing Federico Valverde coming in from Real Madrid, 109 million. I'd call it 109 million pounds well spent. He's a World Cup winner, having won the World Cup with Uruguay this season just gone. Still only 24, already an elite midfield player, 7.19 average rating. And Erling Haaland, a 22-year-old elite striker who scored 34 goals with 6 assists, so 40 goal contributions from 50 games in total, and a 7.17. Those 4, there's no argument. Very good signings. The other 2, not so much. Dembele's been a disappointment. 80 million was a lot to spend on him. How different things might have been if we'd have got Jadon Sancho, who we were originally going for. That door closed on us, unfortunately, and Dembele got better as the season went on. I'm not sure he's the same elite level as the other 4, though. And Jordan Pickford, you know what? As a backup goalkeeper, he's absolutely fine. I don't understand how we only got a C for the Erling Haaland transfer. Absolute madness. So the plan for this season was to qualify for the Champions League. We won the league. We've maxed out attendances again, so it'd be interesting to see, having done that like 3 seasons in a row, whether we're going to get an increased ground, because we're now a big European side. 32,000 really isn't big enough. And our top scorer in the Premier League, Haaland, with only 19 goals in the Premier League. That kind of needs to improve. We might have to adjust the role we're playing him. We played him as a pressing forward all year. It obviously doesn't completely suit him, despite the fact he got those 40 goal contributions. How different might it be if he played in as an advanced forward? And do we maybe need to look into that? Or maybe go back to Belotti, who was incredible as a pressing forward for us the year before, just like Jamie Vardy had been the year before that. But luckily, the board recognised that we've done very well. We get an A+ for winning the league. Second time on the bounce. Happy, happy days. We'll never forget these games we played against Barcelona. We had the 8-1 over them in the European Super Cup last year, and this season went to their place in the Champions League quarter-final and put 6 past them. We've got Barcelona in our pockets. If we could play Barcelona every week, we'd win everything with no trouble at all. Finance-wise, I know a lot of people have said they were expecting this to go wrong because of the way we've done transfers early on. Remember, those transfers from the first season, we're now 3 years in, they're paid for. They run 3-year instalments. By the end of this summer, those players are done, and it hasn't come back to bite us. We're doing fine financially because we've done what we set out to do. We've taken Leicester and turned them into a big Champions League side. So it has actually balanced the money out financially. Whether it continues to do that over the coming years, we'll obviously wait and see. This year, though, we've not failed FFP. We're all good. After this season, whether we win the Champions League or not, and we end the save, we will holiday forward 5 years into the future so we can have a look to see what impact the finances does have going forward. But I genuinely think we've actually done quite a good job with it, and we've brought in top quality players without ruining the club, and we're probably going to be okay financially. Our sponsorship income's increasing, as you can see. That's gone up from 32 to 55. Slightly less broadcast revenue this year, which is a little bit surprising considering we got to the semi-final of the Champions League. But corporate and hospitality's up, prize money's up, match day income is up, commercial merchandise stuff is up, top shirt sellers. Look at the state of this: Haaland, Neymar, Maddison, Grimaldo, Belotti. Maddison's doing quite a good job to be on there in third place still. Obviously, the Leicester fans love him. They consider him one of their own, even though he wasn't really. But this was our team of the year. Donnarumma in goal, a back four of Grimaldo, Romagnoli, Luis Felipe and Castagna. So far, that entire five was in the Premier League select side as well. And then Rice, Valverde and Aouar in front of him. Can't really argue there. Interesting to see that Maddison makes it into the team of the year ahead of Neymar, who's on a 7.38. Is he too injured to be in the team of the year? Neres on the other side and Haaland up front. It does say to me that possibly the wide areas are what we need to strengthen this summer. And we've got Neymar coming back in, maybe a real top-level right winger. Dare we go back in for Jadon Sancho, who's now done a year at Barcelona? Is that even going to be close to affordable? For me, I won the Premier League Manager of the Year again. Our club awards: Grimaldo won Player of the Year. Young Player of the Year was Valverde. Not bad for a £109 million record signing to win Young Player of the Year. Signing of the season is Romagnoli, which I think I'd probably agree with. Valverde gets goal of the season. Top scorer was Haaland. Most assists, Grimaldo, with 12 assists for him. He also had the best man of the match and the best average rating. So a very good season for Grimaldo. And there's your confirmation that Donnarumma, as well as winning Premier League Golden Glove, is also the FIFA World Best Goalkeeper. So he is the best goalkeeper in the world, confirming that. 34 clean sheets for Donnarumma this year. Not only have we got the best goalkeeper in the world, we've got a very good back four in front of him. I mentioned in the FA Cup episode yesterday that my initial plan for this summer was go out and get De Ligt to put alongside Romagnoli. But I look at statistics like that and think, our defence isn't our problem. I think we've got a very, very good defence. We just need a little extra spark of creativity to break teams down. I'm thinking of the Manchester United Champions League semi-final. Even having Neymar in that team, I think, makes a difference. Or someone like a Neymar, or someone who's just got a little bit of extra creative spark on those times when we're like a De Bruyne, someone like that would be beautiful. Just to help us break down a really tough to break down defence. I don't know how realistic it's going to be to get such a thing, but we'll see what we can do. We also broke the most man of the match awards record, the worst discipline for Declan Rice, highest transfer fee both in and out. So spending 109 on Valverde, with 101 coming in for Yuri Tielemans, who went to Paris Saint-Germain and has had a pretty good season for them. So it seemed to work out quite well for him as well. I wonder, actually, talking of getting a De Bruyne, I wonder how differently the season might have turned out if Tielemans had been in that midfield, playing his defence splitting passes. I wonder, because Valverde's obviously a bit more of a direct midfielder than Tielemans is. Maybe we need to get a Tielemans. Maybe we need to get Tielemans back. We've already gone through most of this stuff on the fancy thing. Our data analyst report thing just confirms that we score loads of goals. We create lots of chances. We also concede quite a few, which is weird considering all of the clean sheets that we've got. The only thing that we're not as good at the rest of the Premier League at is our shot percentage, but it doesn't matter because we score loads of goals anyway. Our defence is quiet and impenetrable. I'm interpreting that wrong, aren't I? Conceded per game. That means it's better, not more. I get it. So we don't concede a lot of goals either. So we have a quiet, impenetrable defence and an aggressive, wasteful attack. Now that is interesting. With Erling Haaland in the team, for our attack to be considered wasteful, we need to get him firing. I think we need to start playing him as an advanced forward, and we'll see how that works out for us. The 5-year plan then, the only thing that's been added, make the most of set pieces. We'll take that off. We don't need that on there. And the board are looking for me to work within the wage budget and qualify for the Champions League and get to the Champions League semi-final next year. They both seem doable. Come on, are we really going to quibble about set pieces? I'm going to quibble. Are you serious? Fine, we'll make the most of set pieces. I've just won a double-double, and you're going to be upset that we're not doing enough from corners? This is the sort of thing I'd resign over. Plans for next year. We are going to qualify for the Champions League. Everyone is happy with that. We'll pump the fists. And we're gonna get to the semi-final. Where is semi-final on here? That's satisfied Donnarumma, and that's really what I'm all about, satisfying Donnarumma. That seemed to go okay. Team report looking ahead to the new season. I think we need an attacker. We need to sort the system to suit Haaland, and we need a new attacker. It's for the right-hand side. Neymar, Haaland, +1. Don't know who the +1 is going to be. Director of football. Who might a good right winger be? None of them seem at the... I wouldn't class any of them as Galacticos. Think bigger, John, for goodness sake. Well, we speculated this might happen, and it has happened. We're adding another 9,500 seats to the King Power Stadium, bringing the capacity up to 42,000. The board are throwing some extra money in as well on top of that. And Donnarumma wants a new contract, which, I mean, we can handle that. I'll give him one anyway. I was hoping Belotti might be able to calm him down, but Donnarumma is the best goalkeeper in the world. Of course he gets a new contract. So let's see how much money he wants. We're not offering a big pay rise. That's not how things are going to work around here. What is he on at the moment? He's getting a big pay rise. We're just not promising him one. We'll get these bits off. You know what? Come on. You're the best goalkeeper in the world. There you go. Beautiful. Just had to massage his ego to get him over the line. I have made an offer for my first Galactico, possibly the only one, because it's going to use up all of my budget pretty much. I had a look for right wingers to see who was available. It really came down to, if we just filter this back down to right wingers again, it really came down to Sancho, Pulisic, Mason Greenwood. Man United don't want to sell Mason Greenwood, so he's not an option. Barcelona wanted 200 million for Jadon Sancho, so we've got him for Pulisic, 111 million. He is considerably better than anyone else we've got on that right-hand side, and has had a very, very good season for Chelsea. So if we can have him as part of a front three with Neymar and Haaland, I think that would be a bit special. Real Madrid are the other team in for him, so he's definitely the right calibre of player, right sort of age as well at 24. So let's see if we can get that one over the line early on and pretty much be spent up before we even get anywhere near the 1st of July. And we do probably need to sell some players. There's going to be the likes of Werner and Barnes who are likely to come back from their loans and probably want to have some discussions about where their future lies and making sure we can fit people into squads and stuff like that. So there will be more business. But I think our big headline signing of the summer might be about to go through very, very early in the summer. Cross those fingers, boys and girls. Well, the transfer window is open and we've got our man, and we've broken our own transfer record again. Christian Pulisic is a Leicester player. We're going to ask Declan Rice to welcome him in. There we go. He's in for £111 million to play on the right-hand side of our midfield. He was one of the best players in the Premier League last year. He is a world-class player. It shows how far Leicester have come, that we can take a player like that off of Chelsea after a season like that, and he's come to us rather than going to Real Madrid, who didn't even make an offer in the end, presumably because we offered so much. But there's all your confirmation that he is our new transfer record. My director of football is trying to sign this guy. I mean, whatever director of football, bring him in if you want. Erling Haaland, by the way, has just won the Best Player in Europe award, which is a little bit of a confusing one because his average rating's much lower than his. What's this judged on? Is this just judged on current ability? He's in some pretty decent company. We just need, I think we've got to build the attack around him this year rather than trying to force him into our attack. I think we probably commit to this now and say that if he were, his best position is as an advanced forward, we could potentially make him a complete forward. Advanced forward, and then Pulisic goes in on that side, Neymar on that side. That's a pretty good front three then, and we've still got money left. And I'm now thinking, which one out of Neres and Dembele do we move on? Because we don't need them both. On this side, you're looking at Neymar, Maddison, Barnes probably needs to move on now. This side, Pulisic plus one of those two, whichever one we can get the most money for, we'll sell, I guess. Probably more likely to want to keep Neres, but Dembele might be more valuable. Up front, Haaland, Belotti, Werner comes back in. I think we need to keep Werner around as a third choice striker this year because there were times when we could have used him. And then in midfield, Aouar, Valverde, and Didi, Maddison. Calvin Phillips is still knocking around as well. Declan Rice at the base of the midfield. Sanchez is still knocking about the place too, although he's fallen well down the pecking order after being a star for us last year. A bit of a disappointing second season. Hopefully he turns it back around again next year. And then at the back, I think I'm pretty comfortable with what we've got. Maybe a backup centre-back would be handy. We've only really got Fofana if one of these two gets injured, or Declan Rice would have to drop in. So we probably do need a centre-back. Maybe we go in for De Ligt after all. We've got no money for him. We've got to sell a winger first. Let's sell a winger and then go and try and sign De Ligt. Oh, we've made it through to the 1st of July, and so far no offers for anyone. So we need to adjust that. We can't really do anything else. If we can't get De Ligt, I've got Upamecano as a backup option who's half the price, but can't move for anybody unless we sell somebody. We had a £63 million offer for Neres from Chelsea, but he turned it down. He didn't want to go there. James Maddison is being linked with a £106 million move to Chelsea in the media. Lots of our players have clubs interested in them, but I'm offering them out and nothing's happening. We're not getting any offers. So for now, I think we're kind of just waiting. I'm taking Werner and Barnes off the loan list. I think they've both got something to offer next season. I don't want them being loaned out. I'd rather get rid of one of Neres or Dembele and add those two back into the mix, get rid of one of those and just give us more attacking options. I'm looking at the midfield thinking maybe Renato Sanchez could move on, but then we're very light there. Maybe Calvin Phillips could move on, but he's English and that helps with Champions League registration. So we'd have to replace him with an English player. So really, I'm stuck until somebody leaves. This might be the squad we take into next year. And I actually think with a fit Neymar and Pulisic added in and the two loan players back, that probably is enough of an improvement to go one better in the Champions League next year. It didn't need major work, this squad. The one concern is if we get a big injury to one of the centre-backs and have to rely on Fofana for the year or dropping Declan Rice back. I really would like to bring another centre-back in. And so for that, we do need to sell somebody to fund another centre-back. Well, we've got our insurance policy in early. Toby Alderweireld was released by Tottenham. He only wanted 28 grand a week to come in as a fringe player. He's not going to play ahead of Fofana, probably, or Rice if he has to drop back there, but he is an extra body. He's probably not even going to be in the Champions League squad if we bring somebody else in, but I think we did need an extra defender in the squad, and he definitely gives us an extra defensive option in the squad. Does fit into the Premier League squad. It's the Champions League squad that's going to be more of a difficulty. Just trying to fit everybody in because at the moment there's a number of players there that don't fit. Neres needs to leave, I think. Let's try offering him out again. So if we can get rid of him, we can there's a little bit more flexibility to do a little bit more business. Well, this one came out of nowhere. Juventus offered us initially about 40 million for Ndidi. We forced them up to a deal rising to 79 million, 60 million up front. Lots of rising stuff included in it. I know he's been with us a long time, but he only started 14 games last year. We've been playing him largely at right back. We don't really need him. That's a big bunch of cash that we could potentially give the bulk of it straight back to Juventus and try and get De Ligt. Let's do exactly that. So, agent availability, somewhere in the 87 to 110 million range. Right, well, you can see I've been negotiating with them before. I see the board wouldn't let me spend more than 95 million. I remember now. So we need to somehow convince them to take 95 million for him. It's going to be tricky. Let's take that out. See if he'll take that. We need to get this down to 95. We might just have to do a flat 95 million. We have got an offer for Neres going through as well at the moment as well. Let's see if they'll do a flat 95 million. Otherwise, the board are annoying. We might not be getting Delict unless we can get the board on board. Maybe when Neres has gone as well and the bank balance is looking a little bit healthier, back in the black, maybe at that point, they'll let us spend a little bit more on him. Neres has got a £56 million offer from Arsenal, so he's probably going to be going there, which puts us at, we've got 100% retained revenue, so we'd have the money to be able to pay for him then. We just need the board on board. Come on board. Get on board. Well, I've officially given up on trying to get Delict. Just cannot get the board to agree. We've got the money. It's frustrating. Or should I say, we had the money. And then we signed Joshua Kimmich. I think that's quite the upgrade on Ndidi as right back defensive midfielder, midfield cover. Not even cover, is he? He'll be a nailed on starter in whichever one of those positions he decides he wants to play in when he turns up on match day. We've broken our salary structure to bring him in, £350,000 a week. I feel like I should probably just make him captain, but Declan Rice is captain. Although he might be playing in Declan Rice's role. So, yeah, £81 million for Kimmich. That's got him in. And we've still got money left over to spend. We've still got, if we go back to the finances page, 42 million. And I'm hoping we can get Upamecano as well. The only problem with him is he hasn't actually got any caps for France yet. So I'm not sure whether he'll get a work permit. I need to check what the rules are. Also this summer, we've brought in this guy, David Arango, who's a wonder kid. It looks like someone's trying to take him on loan, who I didn't bring him in. This is my director of football, but he's a proper wonder kid. We've just turned down £40 million from Paris Saint-Germain for Timo Werner. I'm looking at this guy now and thinking, 40 million quid? I mean, there's not much between them, is there? Werner edges him on some things, but Arango edges Werner on others. There's not a massive difference between the two of them. If this was a longer term save, we'd definitely go with the wonder kid. But it's not, is it? Right, let's just do a quick pick of the squad just to see how everyone fits in. Is there anyone who doesn't fit in? The one is Arango, but presumably I can take him out, put him in, and it fits. So our entire first team squad can get in the squad. That's good. Now let's see if we manage to get Upamecano as well, because then I think that is squad done. We'll bin Alderweireld off then. Just stick him down, coaching the under 23s or something. We'll find a job for him. It'll be fine. And we certainly don't need an inverted winger or a fullback anymore. It's interesting that I've actually done the same stuff that my recruitment meeting has suggested, almost accidentally. The last thing, centre back. And if we could, like I say, Upamecano's the target. If not, we might go for Sula. I never know how to say his name, which is one of the reasons why I don't want to sign him. Plus, he's a little bit older, which shouldn't really matter, the circumstances we're in. And we have our man, not quite the man that we planned to get, but a man all the same. To be fair, I think we're probably better off getting Upamecano and Kimmich than we would have been with just Delict. So it's actually probably worked out a little bit better for us in the end. Let's give him a squad number. Let's also see if we can fit him into the squad. I haven't even looked at how this is going to fit together into a Champions League squad. It might mean Arango missing out. Or does it actually? Because it's just a limit on foreign players. So we can bin off Dewsbury Hall and put Arango in and it still works. There we go. So he fits into the Premier League squad just fine. In fact, it looks like my director of football is doing the dirty on me, trying to loan him out to Burnley. I'm inclined to keep him around actually, because I think we could do with him. Especially if we sell Werner, which I'm not completely decided on yet. Let's look at the Champions League squad, see how a Champions League squad might look. This might tip my hand one way or the other. Well, obviously, Auer needs to be in there. We can't have neither Werner nor Belotti in. Interestingly, Quick Pick does put Arango into this squad. If we take Alderweireld out and put Belotti in, that still doesn't work. So we'd then have to take Arango out of the Champions League squad. So we can just about get a Champions League squad together if we don't have Alderweireld, Fofana or Arango in it, which I think is probably fair. Oh, we broke Pulisic already, by the way. He's going to miss the first few weeks of the season, which is perfect. Just perfect. Look how far down Neymar has fallen on the current ability list. Hopefully, once he gets some game time back in him, he'll start to climb back up again. But it is interesting to see that at the moment, the footballing world considers Declan Rice a better player than Neymar, which is a very interesting one. Yeah, I think that probably works. And on that basis, I think we probably decide to keep Werner and loan Arango out. We can always bring him back at Christmas, I guess. What league are Burnley in? Are they in the Premier League? Yeah, so he's going to get Premier League football. Are they promising to play him? Important player. Go and have 6 months at Burnley, David. If you tear the Premier League up, you'll be back at Christmas and into the Champions League squad. So let's tell him exactly that. He seems happy enough. And then likewise, if we bring him back at Christmas, we can sell Werner then. Because there's no rush to get rid of Werner now. We're not going to worry about the FFP stuff. That's a Timo Werner sale away from covering FFP again, which is probably the logical thing that we'll end up doing. I think we probably are done now. He says, with all these transfers complete, you want to be done. But we are going to play the Community Shield, and you never know. We might get another weird offer like the Ndidi one that changes things up, because without Ndidi going, we don't get Kimmich. I think that's, we all know as a fact, that's a definite upgrade on the squad. So we might get some other random, quite big offer in, and then we'll have to deal with it. Here we go then, folks. Our team for the Community Shield, complete with a few tweaks to instructions. We've got Neymar as an inverted winger rather than an inside forward. Haaland has gone to the advanced forward. We're basically trying to use the wide players to get the ball to Haaland. We're trying to build a tactic around Erling Haaland, get the most out of him. Both fullbacks have gone to complete wing backs because they're very good and they can do it. And Upamecano's in as a ball-playing defender, playing just slightly ahead of Romagnoli, who's going to be the covering ball-playing defender. Neymar picked up another knock during pre-season, so he's not fully fit. So we're going to have to nurse him back into the team. But with Pulisic already picking up an injury, we're running out of wide players again. Although we have got Maddison, Werner, Barnes. We've got a few options. So I don't think we're going to run out of players this year. It's certainly a fuller squad than we had towards the end of last year. So we're playing Manchester United in the Community Shield. Obviously, they ruined our season last year. Although they would probably argue we ruined their league season by winning the league when they would have wanted to do that. So we ruin each other. I think that's probably it's a nice rivalry. The two biggest teams in English football, Manchester United and Leicester City. And we have redone everything to try and get the most out of Erling Haaland. And hopefully that's exactly what we're going to do. I don't think I've actually introduced the team, but I've described what we're doing. So that's enough. I'm sure that's enough. If you ever wonder if Quick Pick is any good, I hit Quick Pick before the game just to see what it would do. It thinks my Declan Rice should be my Mezzala. So on that basis, I don't think Quick Pick can handle really, really good players. It suggests my team has probably actually gone beyond the ability of my assistant manager, and he now just can't cope with helping pick this team. So we're on our own, folks, because Declan Rice, as good as he is no Mezzala. Right, Kimmich with the throw. That's really poor. I don't think he realises what colour we play in yet, and he's just given the ball away. And United have got the opportunity for an attack here. Greenwood trying to take on Grimaldo, who's been the best left-back in the Premier League for the last few years and hopefully will continue to be the best left-back in the Premier League. Although this fella, Manchester United, probably has something to say about it. Bruno Fernandes was very much on my shortlist this summer. If we'd have had a little bit more money, if we'd had another 100 million, I wanted either Bruno Fernandes or Kai Havertz to be that Mezzala role in there, just bursting through behind Haaland. But alas, we ran out of money. Unless something crazy happens. There's still time. We might get one of them yet. They're both going to set us back 100 million plus, though, so I don't think it's very likely. But at this point last year, I don't think we'd signed Haaland yet, and we spent a lot of money on him. So who knows? Dembele's got Kimmich on the overlap. Our first look at Kimmich. He's cut inside a long way here. What's he up to? Is he having a shot? Well, we need to get him sitting with Castagna and Pereira and just explaining to him what we expect of him. I'm just going to read the rules for a complete wing back just to make sure it is what I think it is. Complete wing back loves to attack, Capable of occupying defensive duties. His natural inclination is to affect the game in the opposition's defensive third by roaming from his position. See, maybe that's not what we want. Maybe we do want him as an ordinary wing back, as he's then going to stay wide. If we've got our wide players cutting in, we don't want those two roaming from their position. So let's put them back to ordinary wing backs, because our wide players further forward are roaming and cutting inside. We don't want the fullbacks doing it as well, because then we lose any width that we had before, and we lose a lot of the oomph that we have going forward by not having our wing backs charging forward on the overlap. So I'll switch them back to that. That was a little experiment that didn't last very long. Kimmich convinced me it was a bad idea with one attack, and hopefully we can pick ourselves up from here. That's upsetting. Lautaro Martinez is quite good, isn't he? I talk a lot about strikers and how we've got some of the best strikers in the game in our squad, in the shape of Haaland, Werner, Belotti. They're all very, very good FM21 strikers. Vardy was before as well, but Lautaro Martinez, every time we play him, he ruins us. And I do wonder if he's maybe better than all of them. I know he was very good at times last year. It pains me to say, because obviously now he's at United, we haven't got a chance of getting him. But he keeps scoring against us, and it's problematic. Right, half-time, we're 1-0 down. I think this is probably my cue to take Neymar off and just protect him for another day as we continue to try and nurse him back to fitness. So Maddison can come on for him on that left-hand side. Haaland's having a really poor game. Erling Haaland's got 15 minutes, or else we're going to bring Belotti or Werner on. Probably Belotti. We trust Belotti more. But this is his first opportunity playing as the advanced forward. It's not really working. Maybe we need they're not called defensive forwards anymore, are they? Pressing forward. Maybe we need a pressing forward in there. Although there is what we were setting up to do this year, the cross to Haaland, and Haaland scores. That was the plan. That's the reshaped tactic. That's what we're looking to do. It's all about getting the best out of Erling Haaland, and there you go. We got a goal out of him. Kev's a genius. And it's 1-1, and maybe the two best strikers in the game have both scored in this game. The two best strikers for the two best teams. This is just two very, very good. If you look at Wonder Kid lists for FM21, across these two teams, we've got most of them covered. It's a who's who of who you should sign in Football Manager if you're at a big club. And Romagnoli playing it back to Donnarumma, and Donnarumma forward to Upamecano on his debut, of course, as is Kimmich at right back. No debut today for Pulisic, who is injured. Valverde, ball over the top looking for Haaland, but it was a pretty poor pass actually, and it ends up with Aouar, who plays it out to Kimmich. But Kimmich missing out on it, and Rashford's in here for Manchester United. And I mean, Kimmich has been a little bit, dare I say it, Kimmich has been a little bit iffy so far. I'll say it quietly so the Bayern Munich fans don't get too upset, but I'm not convinced by him at right back at the moment. Get me Ricardo Pereira back. Hopefully he's just having a bit of a ropey debut. Although rating-wise, apparently he's been the best player on the pitch. So it shows how little you actually see from the key highlights. He's obviously doing lots of good work when the camera's not looking at him. I'd like to see some of it, though. That would help me out to see him doing some good stuff. But we haven't seen it yet. Kimmich now with the throw to Dembele. It pops free, and Valverde should have been there. Now Kimmich chasing back. Rashford's just pulling away from him with ease. Upamecano, though, should be able to use his pace to take care of Rashford, and does, and plays it forward to Dembele. Talking of pace, he doesn't use any of it, though. Lumps it forward, looking for Erling Haaland, and it's dealt with. And we've got 25 minutes left, and we are looking to make some substitutions as soon as this highlight is done, because we need to grab and claw and scrape our way back into this game. Kimmich, again, not winning the ball at right back, but still apparently playing well. We'll trust the ratings. They can't be wrong, can they? Right, substitutions. We are going to take off Haaland. He's not played very well at all. We're also going to take off Upamecano, drop Rice back in there. We're going to stick him up here. And we're going to have Werner coming on as well. And we're going to go with both of these boys. And he's going to be the advanced forward. He's going to be the pressing forward. And we're going to try something a little bit different. And there's probably more substitutions we can make, isn't there? We can probably bring Castagna on there. Should we take off Romagnolia as well? Bring on Felipe. You know what? Let's just make all the changes we can. Get Sanchez on in midfield as well. A selection of changes to give us a little bit more attacking oomph with 20 minutes to go. I'd love to be able to make that many substitutions every game. It's fun making 6 changes. Right, Kimmich to Rice. Rice forward to Valverde, who's now got Renato Sanchez alongside him, and it hits him in the back, but he somehow uses that to control the ball. Kimmich has missed out again. I mean, I'm not seeing things here, am I? Every attack they get is because Kimmich has given the ball away or missed a tackle. I hope this isn't a theme of the season. We've just spent a lot of money on him. I mean, he is tiring now, so maybe I'm being a little bit unfair on him. But we're now 3-1 down, and Manchester United have comfortably beaten us here today. We've not looked very good. Even though we've upgraded the team that got to the Champions League semi-final last year. I guess we have to use the context of United are the best team in the game. And we're trying to beat them, which is hard. And Belotti getting himself into a wide area. Cross comes over Valverde with the header and it hits the top of the crossbar. And Belotti did very well. Would have liked to have seen a better chance come of it. But alas, it didn't. It just didn't work out, did it? 2 minutes left. We have a free kick. It's Maddison to take. We've got a lot of big lads forward here. Valverde's one of them. Once again, he's hit the frame of the goal there. I think it's a crossbar once again. And we've had chances. I mean, we are comfortably behind on XG, so it's not like we've had lots of chances. But there have been opportunities for us to score goals in this game that we're just not taking. Maddison skips past his man beautifully, but then rather than playing it in where there's a lot of goal scorers in the middle of the pitch, he decides to do a really tame effort right into the hands of David De Gea. And it upsets me to see stuff like that. And I think that's the end of the game. And we're not going to read too much into this. We're letting United win one this year. They can have one trophy. We're having the rest of them. I think that's probably fair. We're not trying to, we don't want to show our cards too early. That's what this is. Absolutely what this is. Donnarumma to Ramos. Sanchez has got loads of space to run into, and we know he's good at just running, but he doesn't. And it's Bruno Fernandes who made the tackle on him as well. Right, we don't want to see this. This is hideous. Get me away from this. Yuck. This is nonsense. My assistant manager's lost his mind. I'm disappointed we couldn't win the trophy. I am disappointed. I'm even more disappointed in how we played. I know we're better than that, and I hope we show we're better than that tomorrow. Will it be tomorrow? It won't be tomorrow. It'll be Monday now. Monday, when we play the first few games of the season. So we will leave this video there. There's always the chance that there could be a last couple of transfers. Someone has to leave in order for somebody to come in, so it's probably quite unlikely. But if there is anything more, I'll show you it in Monday's video. But until then, if you have enjoyed this video, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.